That's the Justin Wheelerhan, the umpire, holds the ball aloft.
Belpost Hill starting Popovsky loose in Thomson forward line.
So we're underway. First tap down with the Tar. Kavka on ball, middle of the ground. Gets the first kick. It goes forward for the Belpost Hill side. Dale Menzies, handball to Dowie at half back. A long kick to forward. Wallace can't quite reach the ball at ground level. Gee, was taken high, I thought Hood. The umpire didn't see it. He's still battling on. Can't pick the footy up. Now it's in dispute. There's a whistle on play. It's a Thomson free kick. It is going to Calder, who started on the half forward flank. And from the forward 50, Calder for Thomson. A long kick towards the goal square. Picked up at ground level. Glenn Wallace, there's the experience. Didn't fly for the mark. Stayed down.
The centre of the ground, and Anderton will do ruck work up against Tar. So both ruckmen, they both tried to ship each other out of the contest. Picked up by Holland, goes by hands to Jerkovic. He goes backwards out the back door and finds Towan. Towan now goes out and will find Curtis. And Curtis kicks in towards the half forward line. Coming up is Calder once again. So on his left boot, he's just been held up a little bit there, so Popovsky couldn't get across and cover that. So Sam Calder from right on 50 loads up, goes long, and that's two within 30 seconds. So the Thomson Joker
ball comes to ground level, not able to be picked up by any player. Curtis ran over it, picked up by Holes, fine for Belpost Hill. Goes towards half forward. There, the numbers are with Thomson at ground level. Coming through strongly was Lennon. He was tackled immediately. The ball at ground level, it's pretty hot in the clinches there as the ball goes to ground. Umpire puts a whistle on play, and the Thomson player last to get up might have been Lennon under all of that. And players came down pretty heavily on top of him. At centre half forward, in the air, Grigic does the ruck work, gets the tap down, only as far as Lennon, off a step, goes towards the middle of the ground. Oh, Nick Mahara, strong mark ahead there of Popovsky, and I notice he's running forward, so perhaps that move hasn't worked. So Thomson with control of the footy, cross the ground to Anderton. Long kick towards forward 50, and behind there was Hood, but at ground level it is McLeod. That's Brent on the left foot towards the full forward position, but coming back is Basely put down by Jackson McLeod after the mark. A 50-metre penalty will apply. Can't afford that when you've got the ball in your forward circle. Pricey?
No, it was stupid. You'd hope the runner goes out to him and just tell him, look, it's a young fella, needs to settle down a little bit, but when you had the ball deep and they had to kick it, Belpost Hill back out into this breeze, you'd like it deeper than what it was.
So almost 4 minutes gone. Thomson 2 goals. Belpost still yet to score.
So the ball's moved laterally across the ground, goes towards Bott, now goes towards centre wing, looking for Moreland, but Maharis with some good strength takes him off the ball. He's slung to the ground without the ball this time, and a free kick will go Thomson's way. So Maharis from right on centre wing, or just forward of centre wing for the Thomson side. That will be a ploy from Belpost Hill. It's something that they want to use. They want to tackle anyone over the age of 30 to ground. So every time they tackle Maharis, Gardner, Highland, expect them to be slung that way.
But you can't afford Pricey to give a free kick though.
No, it's a fine line. Ball kicked in long, goes towards Martin and Wallace, and both men, he had to go back this week. Wallace does the work, grabs it out of the ruck, goes by hand to Jerkovic. He just flips it out one hand, should have been a throw, and was picked up by the umpire, and will go back to Robbie May. The other thing they've done is they've worked hard on tackling the arm with Jerkovic, where he tries to fend off. They'll try and get that arm and get him pinned for holding the ball like they did then. So Robbie May now, off the half back line, has the ball for Belpost Hill, asked to straighten up by the umpire. Players leading short, but May now delivers the ball long, goes back towards centre wing. Costello goes back with a flight, ball's knocked down by Griggs, good work, picked up there by Farron. No, he doesn't pick the ball up, goes back to Holesfind, he picks the ball up, gets through the first contest. Lewis tries to tack it forward towards Farron again, he's held without the ball. Advantage is now called, and Sean Lewis runs through the centre of the ground, goes long, in towards full forward, or in towards the forward line, but going back on the fly of the ball. Great mark is taken, it's by Nathan Denneman. He changes direction and goes across the far side of the ground, and Brent McLeod by himself, still in back in his defensive 50, goes short, looks for Highland, he saw or showed enough of the ball to Holesfine, but he couldn't get there and spoil it. And Christian Highland now from centre half back kicks the ball straight down the middle of the ground, looking for Jackson McLeod. Good spoil from behind by Thomson. Jerkovic front and square of the contest, can't get the first one, goes back and collects the second, feeds the ball out by hand to Jackson to his brother Brent, and now wide to Anderton. The ruckman's off and running from centre wing, kicks the ball in towards Vardy. Oh, nice pick up on the half volley, goes round on the right foot, goes back into the hole, but the only one there is basically for Belpost Hill, and he plays on quickly, comes wide looking for Moreland. Moreland lets the ball bounce, bounce, steadies, has runners inside, takes on Harriet now. Youth versus pace there. The handball's not good, but it finds Farah. Goes towards baseline on the left foot. He looks for Nathan Lewis, but the kick hasn't got the carry on it, and Towan slips in, takes a mark. So Thomson must be continued to play on quickly, and they do so. Go back towards centre half forward. Casina gets the ball off the contest. A quick kick forward's not going to travel too far. Highland doesn't try to take it, just taps it forward. Goes to Hood. Hood loads up, kicks back towards the goal square. Bott can't trap it, so it runs towards the back pocket and the boundary line. He traps it inside the field of play. Goes back. He's got pressure from Barty. He pushes it through for a rush behind. So some good pressure there from the Thomson forward line. 2 goals, 1 Thomson. Belpo still yet to score. We have gone nearly 7 minutes first quarter. Come on to Feed Hotel scoreboard.
The quick kick in came from Bott to Fursland on the ground now. Out wider to Sean Lewis. At halfback, goes along the boundary. Gee, the wind held that kick up. Farah. Ball fell into his arms on centre wing. Comes back inboard to Tar. He's on his own, but attacking fairly quickly was Curtis. But Tar took the mark. Goes towards half forward. Good looking kick, but not enough distance on it, and Lennon coming in from the side has taken the mark. All Thomson, middle of the ground. First there is Brent McLeod, takes the mark, spins quickly, now goes towards half forward. The lead has come there from Calder, pushed in the back, mark not taken. Now the ball comes to the front of the pack. Nick Maharis slipped, handball quickly to Highland. Umpire there's a whistle on play. Moreland, I reckon, will get 50 out of that. I think he's just got to curb that. One, he put Maharis down, but then he wanted to continue, and the umpire wasn't having any of that. So Nick Maharis, one, got the free kick, and now the 50-metre penalty will take him well and truly inside his distance to goal. And the other umpire, and this is good umpiring, they're just curbing the impetuosity, I suppose, of young Chris Moreland, and the runner also coming out to have a talk to him. So maybe he's just done a little more than was required. In the meantime, Nick Maharis, it's not a good kick. He's hooked it to the left, got the distance.
With Bott in the full-back position now for Belpost Hill. Again, they're going to go short. They use that. May's got the ball, has a chance to play on, but he just steadies things up for Belpost Hill. Just slowing the game down a little bit. Thomson got off to a good start, so May now plays on, goes to the far side of the ground, goes outside 50. Target, I'm not too sure, but going up for the mark, I think it's Wallace who's flying across the front of the contest, and he takes a good mark. So now is Lewis on the mark, been called to come back a bit. He goes by hand, he finds Curtis, goes inside 50, and Jackson McLeod takes a mark just inside 50. But look, this is well within range for this young bloke. Has got a nice kick, can kick the distance without too much trouble. Breeze behind him. So Jackson McLeod will kick from just outside 50. Thomson, the only scoring on the board, 2 goals, 2 at this stage. So McLeod now comes in. Will kick from about 52. Long kick, nice looking kick. Distance not a problem, but accuracy is a concern, and it goes across for a minor score. So 2 goals, 3 to the Thomsons.
Nathan Lewis kicks to himself in the goal square, gets a shepherd there from May, and Lewis runs well outside the goal square. Finds a teammate in Fursland on defensive 50. As Belpost Hill continue to just try and retain possession. Go to the middle of the ground. Sean Lewis played on quickly. Gets a chip forward. Kazina has made some space. Now he has Dixon running. Accepts a handball. Now he hooks it around the body. Not a good kick from Dixon. Straight into the arms there of Dale Menzies, who has taken the mark at centre half back for Thomson. Decides to go straight down the ground. Not a good kick. And straight into the arms there of Kazina. So Kazina now for Belpost Hill. Gets a call from Lima. Out wide, he's taken the mark, only just because Timmy Gardner came on from the interchange bench and was almost the right place at the right time. Now towards half forward. From behind, Nathan Denneman does well to back into play once again. A lot of short ruckman going for the knock there. Nathan Lewis was the one in front of Noel Riley. And now there's a whistle on play. Popovsky, in fact, has been given the free kick. Handballs quickly to Nathan Lewis, and away we go. Ball towards half-forward flank. Tap down in the contest. Oh, Riley, terrible hand pass, was straight to Robbie May, and Ray's quick kick is going to Kavka, and Kavka diving forward has taken the mark inside the 50-metre arc for Belpost Hill. So the first direct shot in the game. It's taken 11 and a half minutes for Belpost Hill to get that. And they trail at the moment by 15 points. Kavka, a noted goal kicker through the finals. That's a beautiful kick off the boot. A magnificent kick from Rob Kavka. And that is the first goal for Belpost.
Belpost Hill just getting themselves back into the contest. Anderson takes it out of the ruck. He wasn't tackled, so the ball's kicked towards wing. Dixon, just a little bit of a nudge. I don't think there was too much wrong with it, but the umpire says it's been an infringement, and the kick goes to Maheras. So Maheras plays on quickly, goes to Riley, gains some 20 metres further up the ground. Now he kicks long, looking for and going towards McLeod. McLeod's in the air, one grab, good mark. So Jackson McLeod, from a similar spot as he was just 2 or 3 minutes before, will go back and just needs to make that kicking adjustment. As he said, distance not going to be any problem here for this young player. Will kick again from just on 50 this time. He's just got himself a couple of metres in closer. So McLeod now, nice steady approach, comes in from 50. Loads up again, stops direction, and this time has gone wider again, so it's gone out of bounds on the full and will be brought back into play.
Disappointing, they can't afford to waste those opportunities with this breeze.
I'm not too sure. I think it's Brad Martin does the kicking in, goes looking for Tar. Tar's up in front, good hands, strong mark, doesn't let him down. So still inside 50, shapes up to go inside and does so, finds holes fine, takes a bounce, runs outside or runs to defensive 50. He's got to look out for the player coming from behind, so pressure was there from Hood. Some good work. The umpires called him for the infringement, so the incorrect disposal comes in. So Brent Hood, the recipient of a good chase down from the defensive end. So here he is now from outside 50, goes short. Wallace is going to be the target, 3-on-1, gets first hands to the ball. Ball comes down, goes towards Martin and now Farah, and he chips short, looking for Lewis. Nathan over the top, Lennon, but an infringement there, and the free kick comes back to Nathan Lewis.
Lucky. I didn't think there was much in that. I thought that was just a good spoil. Didn't hit the arms, hit the ball.
So Nathan Lewis now has the ball, has May one way and Justin Tarr the other. He's going to go wide, looking for Lima. Has space by himself. Oh, doesn't take the mark. Now he's got pressure from Gardner.
So the ball's thrown in, centre wing, just forward of centre wing. Missed all the ruckman, ended up in the arms of Holsfind behind the pack. He finds Farah, handball quickly to Fursland, back to Farah, dropped the foot, he recovered it. Now on the left foot, goes towards full forward. Not a good kick, however, and in defence. It is the Thomson side again. Get the ball out wide. Jerkovic had to stretch, but has taken the mark. Gets away now on his favoured left foot. Long already into forward 50. Wallace doesn't take the mark, and well, umpire has called chopping of the arms against Glenn Wallace. Free kick Belpost Hill, and Martin chips it out wide to Nathan Lewis. He gets it along the boundary there. There's another whistle from
downfield from Hood.
Downfield from Hood on Nathan Lewis. So it is a free kick. It looks a bit like Fursland. Hooks it inboard. Holes fine on his own, just outside the 50-metre arc. So holes fine for Belpost Hill. Now goes very, very wide. Nathan Lewis has run along the boundary and dropped the mark, but picks it up on the left foot, back to the head of the goal square. Belpost player, Bill Hill players probably interfered with each other there. Now there's a whistle on play.
Free kick to Greage for a hold.
So did you see who was in? Was it Costello?
Yep.
So it was in the middle of the pack, and yeah, Belpost still plays. I thought they made a mess of it because 2 or 3 of them going in opposite directions tried to take the mark. But 20 metres out, 45-degree angle, and this will be an important kick for Belpost Hill. He's missed it to the right, I reckon. He has.
Him taking the ball. So Curtis now has options down the middle of the ground. That's where he goes, looking for Dowley. Unattended. He takes the mark out just on defensive 50. Plays on quickly. Has McLeod, and that's Brent McLeod back on his wing. Plays out wide. Running player. Looks like Towan. Goes back to McLeod. McLeod now has time to steady. Some pressure from behind. So some good work. A good chase down again. And that's good work from the defensive work of the player from Bevan Hurst. Ball goes towards Holsfind. They go wide to that side a fair bit, Belpost Hill. Player not attacking the ball, but attacking the man, and a free kick should go to Lewis. The advantage has been played to going to Sean Lewis, and Grigg leading to the forward pocket has taken a mark. So while all the first 5 or 7 minutes was all Thomson, Belpost Hill now just slowly finding their feet and working themselves back into the contest. So Grigg, with his second shot on goal within about a minute, has a chance to bring things a little bit closer. So Brent Grigg from the forward pocket. Difficult kick from that pocket. It's a nice looking kick. Umpire goes straight back. This time Brent Grigg is real happy with the kick. It's a goal.
It's in the grand final as the ball goes up in the air once again. Neither ruckman clearly get a tap down. Anderton takes it. Handball finally comes out to Curtis. Curtis inside 50 with the kick, and that's a strong lead there from McLeod. and has taken the mark. His biggest problem so far, he's been getting it really well. He can't kick it forward as Fursland and Brent McLeod testing one another out. And I would think young Brent playing at state level underage, it's get pretty serious there, so I don't think it'll upset him too much. But
like the old saying though, you drive for show and you putt for dough. It's all right to take the marks, but you got to nail these.
Yeah, so Jackson McLeod, as Paul said, he's had 2 goes, and this is a very important kick. Moves in, man on the mark, 40. He hasn't kicked that well at all, or has he? No, the umpire.
Goal umpire GDFL will call that. Start play back in the centre of the ground. Ball's up. Tar jumps early, but Anderton gets his hands down, goes towards Gardner. Can't get an effective clearance. Goes back. Towns trying to chap it. Does so. Hands up. Goes to Dixon. Ball comes out. Now Gardner from backward of centre. Goes in long, looking for, and will try and find Vardy. He's up, but behind the contest hood. Good clean pick up. Goes by hand. Finds Wallace. Now he heads forward again, looking for McLeod. He's had the better of Bott this time. Couldn't get his hands on the ball. Probably could have won a free kick, but it's been called play on. Oh, nice handball over the top, and Cole is just going to waltz in, and he will kick his second goal of the quarter and the 4th. I
think so, because Tar's got to go it alone. What we're saying is Tar take the middle and then play a kick behind defensively.
So in the middle, Vardy clearly gets a tap down. Jerkovic away for Thomson. Kicks quickly, also inside 50. Up high, Curtis can't take the mark. Good defensive work at ground level. Picked up there by Wallace. Handball out to Brent McLeod. Here's a long, high kick. That's a magnificent kick from 50, and Brent.
So back in the centre, Timmy Gardner just letting David Holzfeld know he's around in the centre of the square. Ball's tapped down by Vardy. There's an infringement from somewhere, and it's going to go to... I'm not too sure it's going to. Justin Tarr's going to be the recipient of the free kick, so I'm not too sure it was his free kick or Holfein's free kick. But now Justin Tarr from the middle of the ground goes wide. His target's going to be Grigic. In front, Dowie, a good spoil, a strong spoil, clears the area. Matthews runs onto it, but Moreland's going to be the first one there, but Gardner arrives. Frees the ball up to Curtis. Curtis kicks round the corner, goes towards Cole, basically in behind. And up against Tarr. Actually, Vardy just takes the ball out, went to hand it to Highland. He didn't accept it, picked up, and now it's gone back to Highland. Kicks forward. Good work there by Ellis, but Hood wins the ball at ground level. Looks for, good slip out the back door there. Handball to himself. Now there's a free kick, and it's going to go against Maharis on Ellis. I think what was this? It was for a hold, I think the umpire's indicating. So now Ellis from Belpost Hill has the ball, plays on, goes wide. Kicks not good. It favours Brent McLeod. Doesn't take the mark. Fantella picks the ball up at ground level. Knocks it back towards Sean Lewis. He's been hotly pressed there by McLeod. Didn't have the ball. There's no advantage. The umpire will take it back. And Sean Lewis, the recipient of the free kick inside his defensive 50.
Probably a reasonable free kick, Paul, because Belpost still had possession and were away.
So Sean Lewis, no one standing the mark. He plays on, runs outside 50, looks for options, now goes wide. Not many players out there. Town's there, also Hurst, but Town just...
Centre wing on the Boundary Road side, up high Vardy, gets a tap forward, picked up by Highland, wonderful handball to the running player in Riley. He's put the ground, he's got pinged for dropping the ball, but how can you fall flat in your face? I thought it was a distinct push in the back, which umpires don't appear to be playing this final series. Ball out wide. Nathan Lewis takes the mark. He's bumped strongly as he gets his kick. Mark takes strongly at half back there by Brett Dowie for the Thomson side. Very close to the boundary line. Dowie looking for options further afield. Decides to go long. He's cleared the centre. From behind, Glenn Wallace. He's pinged by the umpire for a push in the back. I thought he was holding his ground, but umpires haven't seen it that way. So Martin for the Belpost Hill side. He's just backward of the centre square. Goes out very, very wide. And it's a good kick. Mark not taken, however. Nathan Lewis tackle immediately, picks up the footy. So's the ball spills clear. Picked up by Brent McLeod. Left foot kick inside forward 50. It's just a kick and hope. And the ball has landed inside the forward 50, run toward the boundary. Ball comes in, Nick Maharis to do the ruck work. Neither ruckman can do the play hell without the footy. Ball picked up by Brent Hood. That's what Little Rovers are for in the forward line. He's hooked it around the body, and there it is to go.
Yeah, you'd push Tommy Harriott straight to the goal square now and get a mismatch.
Yeah, sure. I was going to say that ruck contest should go surely to Vardy.
So Vardy has got the recipient of this free kick. So Vardy from right on the centre of the ground kicks the ball in towards half forward. Wallace out in front of Martin. Doesn't take it cleanly. He does go back and gets the second or third grab. Now goes quickly inside looking for McLeod again. He's made space and McLeod has taken a mark. some 25 metres out from goal, so distance obviously not going to be a problem. His accuracy again will be his concern, but no doubt his confidence will be up after that last shot at goal.
Needs to nail it though, just keep kicking them. That's what you got to do with these breeds.
I think this is his second opponent he's had today. He's had Bott to start with, he's got Lyman now, so Jackson McLeod, probably a thorn in their side at the present time. Pretty mobile, one grab marks, playing very well. So McLeod now just steady approach at goal, doesn't overkick the ball, just guides it through. That'll be his second goal for the quarter and the 7th. So Thomson now, sole effort in the middle of the ground, handed him back on the ground now with Vardy coming off for a spell. Both ruckman jump out of Tar, knocks the ball forward. Jerk picked up by Jerkovic, but holding off the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to Robbie May. So Robbie May for the Belpost Hill side has players wide. He's going to be called to go back. Lewis had made some good space on the far side of the ground, but now Robbie May right in the middle has to weigh up options, has Farah short, and that's where he goes, just over the top. Daniel Farah still in the centre square. Again, weighs up options, so Belpost Hill really not in any hurry to move the ball forward. They now do and go long. Target must be Grigic. Oh, I think he was the only one that had eyes on the ball then, and Brent Grigic has taken the mark right on 50. It will need a very, very good kick to kick a goal from there. But Grigic is a good kick of the football, so obviously a chance here. Grigic comes in, lines up, Costello standing the mark. I mean, lucky he stepped over there, the last one, but...
it's either play on or 50, yeah. It had to be one or the other.
Yeah, well, he started from behind, he's done it again, and Grigic is just not aware of where the mark is.
So Grigic now loads up. Nice looking kick. Has it got the distance? Yes, it has. That's a great kick from Brent Grigic. It must have travelled every bit of 50.
In the first quarter, umpire puts the ball in the air once again. Tar up and down early. The ball comes to ground level. Nathan Lewis, the kick out of mid-air, gets the ball towards half forward. Leading the race for the footy is Brent Grigic. So there it is, quarter time. The siren has sounded for quarter time in the 2008 grand final, and at quarter time, Thomson 7 goals 3-45, leading Belpost Hill 3-1-19. Goal kickers for the quarter for Thomson, 2 each to Jackson McLeod and Sam Calder, and 1 each to Brent McLeod, Brent Hood and Glenn Wallace. For Belpost Hill, 2 to Brent the ball there.
Casino into the ruck. So yeah, it's...
That's a gamble. It's a bruise. Wouldn't you try to get first use in the middle?
You'd think so. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case that Tommy Harriott doesn't go back to full back if this does work for Belpost Hill.
Well, the ball goes up. First tap down went to Kazuna. It went to Jerkovic, however. He gets a handball to Towan, who kicks the ball quickly towards half forward Wallace. One-on-one there with Martin. I think umpire has decreed that he was held around the ankle. I think it was a leg lock. But Glenn Wallace for Thomson, quickly, inside forward 50. Oh, in front, that's almost a good mark, not paid there to Vardy. Ball at ground level and comes out by hand to Hood. Oh, he just can't pick it up. A pocket, northern end here at St Albans, to which Thomson are kicking. Ball comes out, it's clear. Picked up by Baseley for Belpost Hill, unattended. Not a good looking kick. I'm not too sure where he was directing that, but numbers here certainly with Thomson. Ball comes over, a couple of handballs, ends up in the arms of Dowie. A little chip pass to the middle, and Jerkovic is there. He's got a lead out wide. He's gone very, very wide, but he's out there on his own, Curtis. Takes the mark, chip pass again. Goodness me, there's players running loose everywhere in the Thomson forward line. Mark taken by Gardner, chips it over the top. The player running was Curtis, took the mark and continued on. Has a flying shot, is missed to the left-hand side, but gone.
So Popovsky goes short to the back pocket. Sean Lewis is there, he's taken the mark. And again, no one's standing the mark, so he just slows things up, goes over the top, finds Fursland. So 2 kicks still inside the back 50. Has Martin at centre half back, but ignores that and goes straight down the middle of the ground, going towards Lewis. He can't take the mark. Lennon's with him. They try and knock the ball on. It goes towards Dowie, and Hurst coming the other way. He does well. Hurst picks the ball up, feeds the ball backwards, but Thomson run a ball out of defence and misses the first one, but it's cleaned up by the second, and that's Towan. He now handballs across, goes to Curtis. Curtis goes short, looking for Harriott. Been nearly his first touch of the game, I reckon, for Tommy Harriott. Goes back inside by hand. Curtis has followed that ball down. Now he's got 2, Tommy. He's got the ball back again. Needs to get rid of it. Does so. Goes on the right foot. Kicks in towards the forward line. Going back, Holzfein can't take the mark. mark. Wallace plucks it out of his hand, kicks towards goal, it's smothered, goes towards the boundary line. Side once again, Vardy has the hide over Popovsky. Popovsky probably got it down, it's picked up by Wallace, he's tackled. Ball's not going to come out of there, and umpire will come in and take possession. So back in the centre corridor, a little bit closer this time. Again with Vardy. Doing the ruck work, Popovsky up over the top, knocks the ball down. There's going to be an infringement now. Now the advantage is play, and it's Curtis again. Oh, runs in, but he's popped it, and he's hit the top of the goal post.
Goal square, kicks it out wide, finds Fursland unattended, takes the mark, handball quickly to player who is running. Moreland has led to the centre wing. Gee, did he take that inside the boundary? Might have been very just. Had a pretty good view of that down the line here, and maybe the boundary umpire might have missed that one, but Moreland now goes towards half forward. Kazuna and Nick Maharis. Oh, Maharis, almost the mark of the day. Hasn't come down with it, however. Kicked off the ground by Farah. Leading in the race for the footy is Hurst. He can't pick it up. He's really struggling. Might have got a push in the back. No. Djerkovic picked it up. Handball to Anderton. Handball to Curtis. Curtis just got the kick away in time as the ball goes toward the boundary line. In front of the social club. Comes down from Kazuna. A pretty huge crowd, as the boys have indicated. As the ball now comes back into play. Anderton probably kept out of the contest there, but it comes down to Holt's find. He can't handle it cleanly, finally gets it up. Now inside the forward 50, Grigic, he does well, but Costello got the ball to ground. Oh, Kavka tried to crash through the tackle, picked up by Costello. No free kicks at the umpire. Now it's Kavka again to Grigic. Grigic around the corner. I tell you what, oh, he's just missed to the left-hand side.
So Curtis with the ball, plays onto himself, kicks it. In the air, goes now outside 50, looking for Costello, he's in front, Grigic up over the top, good mark. So Brent Grigic will be able to put Belpost Hill back into attack. Goes long, the kick, not a real good kick, but it's going to go back towards the goal square. Bounced off Bevan Hurst's chest there, I think it did. Now it's right there in the top of the goal square, picked up there by Djerkovic, goes on the left, goes out wide, Casino leads in the race for the ball, and doesn't have to work. McLeod comes across to assist, the ruck work at the present time. Keeps Anderton off the ball, goes towards Lewis, he picks the ball up, is tackled by Djerkovic, he scoops the ball up one-handed, goes backwards, finds Curtis. Curtis now kicks the handballs around, finds Highland, he's got pressure there, he needs to release the ball. It wasn't a really good clean disposal, but Nathan Lewis picks the ball up, drives it back towards the goal square, in front Tar, Spoil comes from behind, comes towards Towan again, he picks the ball up, pressure from Tar, releases it, Costello takes the ball and kicks out long, goes towards Maharis, he kept his feet, the ball's going to bounce but head towards the boundary line. Ball, the high throw in, it hasn't got much depth in it. Maharis just knocks the ball back round the boundary line, basically tries to do the same thing. So this time Maharis, Casino holds the front and spurs, goes towards Curtis, he picks the ball up, tackled by Lewis. Umpire says it's without the ball, and Martin Curtis will have the free kick.
Absolutely stupid.
And the umpire's there.
That's ridiculous.
So Curtis now kicks the ball up, looks for McLeod, and McLeod's out in front of Bott this time, so he's gone back onto Jackson McLeod, kicks the ball, goes long, in towards centre half forward, mark dropped by Fursland, front and square, picked up by Fantella, he goes backwards, fight to Fursland, this time it is, it goes to Wallace, Wallace to McLeod, looking for the running Anderton, but he wasn't moving, now he goes back and collects it, the big fella does well, frees up Hood, handball doesn't hit its target, Bott goes back and collects it, handball's out, but it's Thomson getting to the contest, goes back towards McLeod, but good work there from Fursland. He's able to clear the contest. Goes to Hurst. It's one of his few touches for the day. Picked up by Baseley. Has the running player in Moreland, so he handballs wide. Gets around Anderton. Has time to steady now. Takes a bounce. Runs towards the 50 inside the centre square. Kicks long, looking for Tar. Good strong mark, and big Justin Tar takes the mark right on 50. Again, this ball is within range of kicking the goal. He can use the ball very well. So Justin Tar will go back and try and kick the first goal of the quarter for the Bellpost Hill side. So Justin Tar from right on 50, kick from about 53. Good steady approach. High kick, but it's not going to make the distance. It's going to go towards behind post, but Griggy up high, doesn't take the mark, comes to the front of the contest, picked up there by Bellpost Hill, and Farah comes out in the tackle, goes towards Costello, gets his kick to the ball, takes it outside 50, heads towards the boundary line. May and Ellis, but May picks the ball up, kicks the ball back inside, looks for Dixon, bit too much carry, goes over his head, has support there. Jackson McLeod, or Brent McLeod, comes in and tries to tackle on. Now he goes back and collects it, goes backwards through the contest. Now the advantage is played, so McLeod is out and running, goes long towards the half-forward line. Martin does well, knocks the ball down. Robbie May's got back to help, and May now from the centre wing kicks long and finds Farah. So Farah now has the ball right on 50, and I think he's just going to slow things up. Steadies up now, goes short. Sean Lewis is pushed down the ground, he takes the mark.
Umpires didn't blow any whistle. I don't know what's going on.
Sean Lewis now. This is a kick again within his capabilities.
One player on the ground needs to be very, very careful. He's not going to see the game out.
So the ball kicked there by Sean Lewis. It's a nice looking kick. It's got the distance, goes to the goal square. It's in the square. It's going to be rushed through from behind. It's still in the field of play, but now it has been pushed through. So a minor score to the Bellpost Hill side. 3 goals, 3 now Bellpost Hill, 7-5 to Thomson, and we have gone 10 and a quarter minutes into this second quarter.
So the ball comes in quickly for Thomson. The ball comes out eventually to the Thomson side, mucking about with it. Handball from Jerkovic to Maharis. He chips it around his body to Highland. Highland now goes on the lead as there come from McLeod. He's moving more around centre half forward than full forward. He's well up the ground. He's on centre wing. And Jackson McLeod now looking for some options. All the Bellpost Hill players have gone into the defensive area. From behind is Wallace. Now there's a whistle on play, and Martin has been given the free kick. He's playing Wallace from in front, and Glenn Wallace is having some problem getting around him. It's a terrible kick there from Martin. It's into the corridor, but they'll get away with it. Sean went to May, the middle of the ground. I don't know where he was kicking that to. Lennon tackled high. Umpire says nothing's happening. I'll come in and have the football. The emergency umpire out talking to a couple of players. One player, I reckon I've seen him infringe 4 times, and he'll need to curb his impetuosity, I reckon. He won't see the game out. And he's wearing Bellpost Hill colours. So we're in the middle. Ball in the air. Anderton and Tar. Tar gets a tap down through their legs. Picked up by Curtis. He's immediately tackled as he tries to get it. Gardner. Handball to Dowie. And Thomson are away to half forward. It's a high kick. Coming back showing courage was Riley. Didn't take the mark, however. It was spoiled there by Baseley. Now the ball quickly to half forward from behind. Well, I don't know what's happened there. Umpire Fanning has his own rule book. So he's paid something to Sean Lewis, but kick goes to Menzies. Can't take the mark at full forward. Picked up there by Farah, flicked over the top. Again coming in is Denneman. There's Timmy Gardner's.
That's a soft free kick. He got him across the chest.
There's some Tiggy Touchwood stuff, and most of it's coming from umpire Fanning, unfortunately. So the free kick now has gone to Bellpost Hill, and the chip pass has gone to Farah. He's taken the mark 45 metres out directly in front. Let's hope he's improved his kicking boots from 2 weeks ago, wasn't he? Missed 2 from fairly well inside forward 50, and he told me he was going to have some practice, so we'll see how it's been. So Daniel Farah will kick from 49 metres. It's a good looking kick off the boot. I think he's been practicing all right, but that is the first goal of the...
certainly making a little bit of a charge.
So ball back in the centre of the ground. Ball comes out. May picks up off the contest. Kicks back in towards centre half forward. Farah's going back with the flight. Goes to Vardy. Now it's out the back, and Lennon has the ball. Has Cloud running wide, but he runs himself, comes back through the middle of the ground, looking for and trying to find Highland. Robbie May did well. I don't know whether he made any contact there, but the free kick has been given. Goes towards Harriet, doesn't take the mark, feeds the ball backwards, and again it's McLeod Brent. This time going looking for his brother in front of Fursland it is now, and he takes the mark. So Jackson McLeod, outside 50, he's working a long way up the ground. Delivers the ball in, long, flat, but it's not a good kick. Goes to the back. Wallace picks up, screws round the corner. I don't think he'll be able to bring it back from there, and it's a minor score.
Himself and decides to run. Now it's a long kick, well outside defensive 50, middle of the ground in fact. Basically standing on his own, takes the mark. He's got... it looked like overall running, accepts a handball. Little push out there by Grigic. The other umpire paid it earlier at the other way, but this time Grigic, I don't know where he was heading. Dale Menzies, couldn't quite. We got the throw in now. Grigic does the ruck work, tries to pick it up at ground level, can't do so. It's Vardy does pick it up. Handball to Curtis. Curtis now, little chip pass, found Riley, goes over the top to Brent McLeod. Waited for it to bounce. Now he decides to run. A low skimming kick, looking for brother Jackson. Two Belpost Hill players collided, upset themselves, going for the mark. Picked up by Riley at ground level. He goes forward. The lead out there is from Wallace. He drops the mark. Martin comes back, can't pick the footy up. Great contest, one-on-one there. Gets support there. Does Martin from Basely. Handball to Moreland. Handball to Overall. And Belpost Hill. Well, they were out of trouble. Magnificent tackle, Timmy Gardner from behind. And advantage not paid. So Brent McLeod can't go forward, and the ball will come back. Now there's a whistle on play. What's happening here?
No, I reckon this is going to be reversed. This free kick will be reversed back to Moreland because there's a free kick down in the forward pocket against a Thomson player.
It's interesting. Umpire Fanning making the rules again. 100 metres off the football by the sound of it. And the upshot of this is that Moreland now has the free kick for the Belpost Hill side. Fantastic interception again, Timmy Gardner. He's playing inspired footy in the last 2 minutes. He chips the ball along the boundary, and Calder takes the stretching mark. Goes back inboard, looking for McLeod. Spoilers from behind. The handball comes out to, looks like Fursland. The long kick, middle of the ground, and in good position. Takes the mark. Look for a handball. Now decides to chip it. Highland, he takes the mark. Nathan Lewis descending at a great speed, but Highland, strong hands, continue to hold the mark. Goes out wide. The kick out there is looking for Brent McLeod. Oh, Harriet straight through his hands. Gets a handball though. Goes to Riley. Didn't really look Riley. Goes towards full forward. Oh, brilliant pack mark there. Oh, surely umpire Fanning can see something from 100 yards away, but he can't pay a mark in the pack from 5 metres. That's a disgraceful decision because Brent McLeod took 4 of them on, the only person to have hands on the footy and not paid by the umpire. 17 and a half minutes gone first quarter. 7-6 Thomson, 4-3 Belpost Hill.
So Curtis weaves his way through the contest, kicks back to the top of the goal square, but out in front, the mark again, this time taken by Fursland in defence. Goes wide, player out there has taken the ball, and it's Lewis, Sean. Ducks back inside, kicks towards Alice, and Alice accepts the pass. Now plays on and goes long. Outside looking for Hurst. Hurst dives. Half volley doesn't come back to him. Dixon's there. Can't contain the ball. Now he goes back and gets it. Feeds it out to Hurst. He gets a kick going forward. Maharis is going to be in the hole, and Nick Maharis takes the mark. So Maharis takes it up and goes quickly to Denneman. He goes wide, finds Vardy. So Highland leading short. Denneman's also there, and the kick's not good from the big fella. It goes straight to Sean Lewis, so the ball is knocked back into this corridor. Denneman's the first to arrive. Now it's with Holzfeind. Goes wide, looks for Alice. He just taps the ball wide, but Thomson will run to it, and it's through Lennon. He comes through the middle of the ground, kicks the ball in towards centre half forward. Tar back there by himself. Good strong mark, Justin Tar, and he will relieve some pressure for the Belpost Hill side. He plays on, goes wide, has Bott. And Bott now goes longer towards centre wing. So there's still plenty of carry on the ball, and Bevan Hurst has taken the mark. Inside has Lewis. The kick's not good. He went looking for Kafka. And the bloke back there spare is Maharis at this stage. He looks, goes wide, goes towards Denneman. By himself, has plenty of time to get to the ball, pick it up. does so now, goes back inside on the right foot, stabs at a kick and finds Dowley. So Brett Dowley from the half back line, runs to the back of the square and kicks towards Harriet. He's in front, overall does well, has support from Riley. Calder arrives, handball goes out, goes to Harriet, back to Calder, and Calder on the left foot, goes looking for McLeod. Can't get the right bounce. It's picked up by Belpo still in the hands of Moreland. Goes towards Baseley. Chips back inside. So this time it's Belpo Still's time to run and carry. The kick from Ellis goes towards the half-forward line. Mahalis up and over in front of Griggy. And a good
boundary umpire in front of our broadcast position. Vardy in front gets a tap down. Jerkovic gets the ball. He's pinged. He's pinned in on that broadcast position, centre wing. Vardy, beautiful tap down to Gardner. Gardner lost the footy in the tackle, picked up by Hurst. He, oh, goodness me. The umpire suggested tackle was too high. Certainly didn't look like it from here, but they're a bit closer than we are. Perhaps the ball to Lima in the centre of the ground. Mark dropped there by Tar, picked up Vardy. He handballs out wide. Thomson with numbers out there. Went straight through the legs of Brent McLeod. Picks it up. Shepherding there from Denneman. And now the long kick. Gee whiz. It's 2-on-1 against Costello. And he beats them both. Picks the footy up. Continues running along the boundary. It's a kick close to the boundary. A diving mark not paid. Quarter 7-6. Plays 4-3. Thomson in control from the bounce there. The throw in. It's picked up there for Belpo still, Sean Lewis. He scrubs it along the ground. Then it comes back into the Thomson player to centre half forward. A good punch forward. Numbers at ground level. Lennon is one of them. He just chips it. Has found Costello, who seems to be up forward. Costello now. He chips it forward, looking for Wallace. Interfered with in that marking contest, and the free kick will come back to Glenn Wallace as. Looked like Curtis heading goalwards, was it? He's got to bring the ball back to Glenn Wallace. This might almost be out of his range. It's a very difficult bruise from there. Man on the mark about 40 out. And he's just on a 45-degree angle toward the western side here. So Glenn Wallace decides to chip the ball. Not a good kick. Well, it's play on. So the ball has come back. I wonder if it's the whistle blowing, but Wallace again. Gee, I tell you what, he's not having the greatest of days. Ball straight through his hands, and Mark dropped. So kick off the ground for Belpost Hill, looking for Hurst. He can't quarter. 7-6 Thomson, 4-3 Belpost Hill.
So the ball comes back into play, picked up by Vardy, goes looking for Curtis. He finds him with the hands, and now Curtis kicks round the corner, but Nathan Lewis over the top of 2.5 minutes gone. The ball's come down, and it's going to the back of the pack. Holds fine, doesn't try and pick the ball up, but he's good enough to go back and collect it. Now kicks inside 50, going back Kavka. I think he took his eyes off it, or put his head down the last minute. The ball's come off someone's knee, and it's gone wide to McLeod. I don't think he saw Ellis out there, but he's good enough to stop, prop, come back inside, and finds Riley. So now McLeod goes over the top, looking for Matthews, and Matthews right in the centre of the St Albans Park, kicks the ball in towards the half-forward line. Harriet, 3-on-1, coming across Popovsky, doesn't take the mark. Lima can't pick the ball up. Costello does so, kicks in towards the goal square. So now it's a foot race. McLeod versus Fursland. Fursland has the foot speed, picks the ball up, goes by hand to Sean Lewis, who spends a lot of time out in that area of the ground. He picks the ball up, goes inside to May, back to Lewis, and now Sean Lewis delivers a nice kick outside and takes the pressure off as Bott takes the mark. Bott now chips the ball further afield. Holzfine can run towards 50, has Nathan Lewis inside, goes towards that player, and Nathan Lewis takes the mark at 55, can go back and load up. Doesn't waste much time here. Loads up from outside 50, goes long, goes straight, but not straight enough, and through.
There's only been one goal scored, and that was by Belpost Hill.
So the ball now, quick kick in from Denneman, found Menzies. That was a terrible kick from Menzies. I don't know what he was doing there. In the marking contest, Robbie May was in front, Gurkovic behind. The umpire has indicated a free kick in the marking contest. So Robbie May now, 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Really, he's probably a gimme goal. And Dale Menzies, I don't know what he was thinking on that occasion, but he might pay the ultimate penalty here as Robbie May moves in. A pretty good control kick straight over the goal umpire's head. So yes,
well, it's zoning off their direct opponent.
So Anderton does the ruck work, knocks the ball forward. McLeod comes off his wing and knocks the ball forward further, but May's there for bell post hill. Good work, Robbie May. Goes on the left foot, kicks round the corner. He goes looking towards Hurst, but I think it's gone a bit too wide. Or no, it's landed in the field of play. And obviously with that shape of that ball, it's bounced back into the middle of the ground, picked up by Jerkovic. He goes forward, but Martin out in front. He takes the mark. So Brad Martin from the back half goes inside looking for Grigic. He doesn't get the mark, but he keeps the ball in front of him well. Goes back by hand towards, overall, didn't see the player in Highland coming the other way. Picked up there by Harrison, plays allowed to go on. Goes looking for him, will find Calder. And Sam Calder, nice mark from about 40 metres out from goal. Left foot up, goes short, has a play leading up, and McLeod comes out and takes the mark.
Kick the goal, son.
Yeah, they need to capitalise on this. They've struggled, Paul, for the quarter.
Yeah, I don't think they would be... Glenn Wallace wouldn't be anywhere near happy with the quarter that they've had. They've gone in enough times, but they just, as I said earlier, they've butchered the ball on the way forward and just haven't got the clean forward entries that we expect them to get.
He's struggling himself a bit, isn't he?
Look, Wallace hands are normally the best in the business.
So the siren sounded here, and Jackson McLeod goes back to have the final shot of the quarter from 20 metres out, almost directly in front. It's a nice kick off the boot. Umpire comes back. It's a goal to Jackson McLeod. His third for the match, and that will be a much-needed goal to Thomson going into the half-time break. At the present time, they lead 8-6. Thomson to Bellpost Hill 5-4.
And that will be the half-time score. Goal kickers for the first half for Thomson. Jackson McLeod 3, Sam Calder 2, 1 each to Brent McLeod, Brent Hood and Glenn Wallace. For Bellpost Hill, 2 to Brent Grigic, 1 to Robert May, 1 to Robert Kavka, and I've missed the last one. That was Robbie May, wasn't it? Was his?
Yep.
So I missed one somewhere. I've only got 4.
Farah 1.
Farah's the other one. Beg your pardon. So 5 goals. Just repeating: Brent Grigic 2, Daniel Farah 1, Robbie May 1.
Drop a little bit quick for him to react.
Well, we're about to get underway in the third quarter, the Premiership quarter of our great game of footy. Kazina up high, gets the tap down over Anderton. Sean Lewis threw the ball out, picked up by Curtis around the body, goes out wide. It's over the head of the running players. Ball comes back, Matthews. He's harassed there by Moreland. He does well to get the footy. He gets some support there as McLeod copped one in the head there. Play on, said the umpire. Back in the middle. Now we've got a bit of pace. Anderton picks the footy up. Goes long into the full forward position. On that occasion, Costello emptied out of the contest. Lima takes the mark. So Lima goes towards the... well, that's not a good kick because he's handed the ball over to Glenn Wallace. Wallace now just chips it inboard. Oh, terrible. Costello's not having a good day either. He drops the mark. Now it's turned over to Bellpost Hill. Kazina looks for assistance. Handball to the running player is Dixon. Dixon now down the middle of the ground. Mark not taken by Farah. Taken off him, in fact, by Lennon. Now picked up by Brent McLeod. Runs to the 50... the centre square. Oh, player Hood in, push forward. Where was the umpire? Standing there watching it all, and they concede a behind. So it's the first score of the third quarter. It goes to Thomson. 8-7-55. 5-4-34 Bellpost Hill. Smith's holding third quarter scoreboard. 1.5 minutes gone.
So I thought Hood should have got a free kick then.
Bott does the kicking in, goes wide and finds Martin. So Martin now out right on 50 metre zone. Has the ball. And will obviously just continue around the boundary line. Goes looking for Sean Lewis. He edges McLeod under the ball, takes the marks, allowed to play on now, feeds the ball over the top. Running player is Hurst. So Hurst takes 2 steps, takes a bounce, and then delivers the ball in towards the half-forward line. Dowie's there. Ball doesn't get taken in the mark, but it's come back to Menzies. Now back to Dowie, and Dowie has a player in the middle of the ground, and it's Curtis, I should say. I was going to say Cole, but Curtis has got the ball and delivers the ball in towards Wallace. He's out in front, doesn't take the mark. Calder arrives this time. Good pick up there by Martin. Goes to May. Now to Dixon. So Dixon on his left foot brings the ball out to centre wing. And the player leading the race of the ball is Moreland. He picks the ball up with pace. Gets away from the chasing Matthews. Goes back inside. Costello has to change direction, and the ball, a nice pass, goes into Kazina right at centre half forward for the Bellpost Hill side. So Tar asking for the ball to be delivered quickly and long to the goal square. It goes in that direction. He's up in front, one hand up, takes a second grab, and Justin Tar takes the mark right in the goal square and will kick for goal about 5 to 7 metres out from goal.
big frame. I think Tommy Harriott might have to come off the bench and go and stand him if he's going to stay in that goal square. A little bit disappointed that the umpires didn't see the big chop on the arms on Wallace when he was coming forward. Pretty hard for any bloke to mark a ball when you have your arms chopped that way.
So Justin Tarr comes in. Would be a great start to the quarter for Bell Post Hill. He goes back and he kicks the goal. So Justin Carr, he kicks his first of the game, and the
Tarr, and then as Denneman has to come up onto Kavka.
So in the middle it is Anderton for what did appear a minor indiscretion, but it's now become major. Grigic 25 metres out, directly in front. Has, I tell you what, he's sprayed it across the face of goal.
Comfortable lead. Bell Post still able to hold up to Thomson, and they're right back in this game. But Dowie has got the ball from the kick in. Looks to go wide. He's going to kick it wide. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Moreland up over the top. One hand up. Can't take the mark. At ground level against Casina. So Casina holds his ground well at the front of the contest. Ball comes to the back. Knocked forward there by Riley. It comes out. Picked up there by Casina. Throws it out the back door. But on the blind side, McLeod. Was the free kick? Yes, it was. Now the advantage has been called, so the umpire allows play to come inside to Wally. Wallace goes back towards Highland. Highland now has the player leading straight up the ground, and it's Vardy. The big fella takes a good, strong mark. I don't know how confident he'll be going back and shooting at goal, but he's going to go back and steady himself up. So Royce Vardy from 45 metres out from goal. We saw him at Thomson miss the first couple and then find his line and length. Let's hope for the Thomson side he can do so. If you're supporting Bell Post Hill, you want to see the same kick as last one. He comes in from direct in front again. This time it goes across the face and will go through for another minor score. 10 minutes of play. So Fursland from the defensive goal square kicks out and finds Robbie May.
Thomson just give the Bell Post Hill side too much meterage on these kickouts.
May now goes wider. 2-on-1 situation out there. There's a holding decision. It's an over-the-shoulder decision, and it's going to go against the smaller player in Hood to Dixon. So Dixon now on the left foot goes short and finds Lewis. Robbie May runs past, but that's ignored. So Lewis now from the half-back line steadies, goes wider and finds May, who's pushed down the ground. So it's just a ball kicking objective at the moment, just finding targets, and they're doing it well because Nathan Lewis has now taken the ball on centre wing. Lewis now has no one on the mark, so he loads up with a long kick, goes to that pocket. Now, I don't know why they keep going there, but there's obviously something out there that says that's where we've got Holes fine. So Holes fine now from 50, kicks in long, goes to the top of the square. Oh, Tommy Harriot's all out of position there, and Justin Tarr for Bell Post Hill will go back and have a chance to kick his second goal of the quarter and his second goal of the game.
I'd like to know how they come up with some of these decisions. With what's been taking place between Martin and Wallace all day, some of their marking contests, for Holt's fine to be paid, a soft free kick like that is just a joke.
So Justin Tarr, probably 25 metres out directly in front, and the big fella's sprayed it, and he never gave himself a real chance there. So one
kick short. Harriott is there, takes the mark, just gets his kick away in time. He's gone centre wing looking for Dowie. Dowie takes the mark, and well, that's got to be 50
if they're fair income, but they're not.
He got thrown to the ground after he took the mark, and no 50 metres. The other way, they seem to be giving 50 metres. The ball at centre wing. Diving on the footy was Dixon. Handball out wide. Got Lewis, Nathan on his own. Sees the lead coming from Grigic. Grigic, well, he got Maharis out of that contest. Ben Wallace has got the free kick in this situation. I think he might have...
had the old Gangulis.
Yeah. I think so. Wallace now, surely he wouldn't go down the middle. He has. Oh, that's a shocking kick again. And gee, to turn it over in the middle of the ground, that's poor. But Bell Post still working hard. Timmy Gardner again. What a brilliant last quarter. Stole the footy, goes towards full forward. Anderton takes the mark, 20 metres out. So Anderton too big, too strong for Popovsky.
It's taken a toll on Bell Post Hill.
But certainly there's a few Bell Post Hill players. Farrow's down with cramp in the middle.
Moreland's limping off.
So Moreland limping off, and in the meantime, Brett Anderton at the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. How important a kick is in the context of the 2008 Grand Final, as Brett Anderton, already one goal in this quarter, moves in. Man on the mark, 25 metres out. Anderton It's a good-looking kick, but it's sprayed to the left, so that's a bad miss.
A game to be won here, and could be a draw. Nathan Lewis kicks to himself, kicks out long, and then goes towards the half-back line. Casino doesn't take the mark. Ball gets to the back. Hood with pace. He'd want to be careful because there's someone coming behind. He didn't see him, but he's able to get the kick on the ball. Goes back inside 50. Good clean pick up there. Handball by Maharis, who's been real good in this last quarter. Goes back towards goal. Oh, the player there, I'm not sure who it was, running with the flight of the ball. Couldn't turn himself inside out. Now he's lying on it. Needs to get it out. Umpire comes in. He takes possession, and he's going to ball it about 2 metres out from the Thomson goal. So the big Anderton's pushed himself down to the goal square again, out of the square. 23. At the 23-minute mark of the last quarter. Ball's tapped down, picked up there by McLeod. No, it's not. He taps the ball forward, needs running option, goes over the top, can't find one. Basically picks the ball up. He kicks on the left foot, so we're out in clear territory. Who's got the power to run? It's Grigic. He outruns. Oh, good work there by Harriet. Gets back, looks for support, kicks the ball along the ground, finds a player just inside the field of play, but it's some player says it's over the boundary line, and will be given back to the boundary. Still trying to conjure up something to get themselves back in this contest. Lewis wins the ball from the contest, goes to Baseley, kicks the ball into centre half forward. Players there, Kafka in front, spoiled from Denham, goes to Grigic, he's tackled, ball comes out, picked up by Towan, through the middle of the ground they go. They've got numbers there. Highland takes the ball, Ellis chases him down, lets him step round him, goes wide, looks for McLeod, and McLeod takes the mark, and that's Brent out in the half forward line. So Brent McLeod now goes quickly, kicks in towards Anderton again. Big fella puts his hands up. Big fella takes the mark or the free kick, and he will go back and have another chance to possibly put the first of one of the nails in the coffin for the Belpost Hill side.
Needs to take his time, settle himself, be in no hurry, and just learn that the last shot faded out to his left side, so just adjust to it.
Usually reliable kick, the big fella.
He fancies himself a bit of a goal kicker, so this will put it on him.
So Anderton it is from about 25-30 metres out from goal. Favours the left foot, kicks at goal. He doesn't like it. He's not got the hand in the air. It's through for a minor score, but that could be very handy. That's a 13-point lead to the Thomson side. So Belpost Hill to bring the ball back into play.
So the ball kicked out wide. Vardy. Oh, great mark from behind. Royce Vardy decides to play on. Kicks it back to the full forward position. Big pack of players back there. Oh, a player interfered, which was Nick Maharis.
Oh, he played it the other way.
Unbelievable umpire. The man in front got the free kick given against him. Oh, that is disgraceful. However, the free kick has gone to Baseley in the last line of defence for Belpost Hill. 12-15-87 Thomson, 11-8-74 Belpost Hill. The short kick across the face of goal. They retain possession as Popovsky goes out to centre wing. Mark taken by Ellis. Handball quickly to player running there in Bott. He goes towards half forward, Towan. And there was a good effort there by Towan. Oh, he's kicked it back into the corridor. Players there for Thomson. Highland takes it out wide to Lennon. Lennon now. He can run. He's got Curtis running with him for support. Lennon has two bounces. Now the long kick. Oh, he's put down after he kicked the footy, Nathan Lewis, and that is a poor effort. And the excuse me, free kick down the ground has gone to Nick Maharis. Plays on quickly. Ball now in the full forward position. Handball back inboard, looking for Brent McLeod. Numbers with Belpost Hill. Oh, it's taken off in by Brent McLeod. He goes goalwards. He misses as well.
Now becoming an enemy of the Belpost Hill side. They need to be quick. They need to be quick and straight down the middle. They go towards Tar. He takes the mark. No, he doesn't. He runs into Lennon and gets a kick going forward. So again, opportunity must knock here for the Belpost Hill side. Denham leads. Kafkin race for the ball. Riley's back there in support. Has Dowie. Keeps the ball short. Won't find Maharis. Needs to pick the ball up. Needs to have support. He's got it in Riley. He goes inside. Goes back to Dowie. Has Gardner in the middle of the ground. Goes past him or goes short of him, and Vardy coming up takes the mark. So they're in trouble now. There's a few boys pretty tight out there. Heat has taken its toll. But Vardy's been good in the last quarter. Again, his short kick goes for Riley, and he has him in space in front of Dixon. 27 minutes gone. Goes wide. Curtis, been great all day, had a number of possessions. Kicks the ball around the boundary line, goes to Matthews. They've worked very hard to get to this position. Can they raise them another effort? No. There's a free kick in the contest and a push in the back.
All of a sudden,
and Vardy.
Free kicks have gone Thomson's way in the last quarter.
Been some good umpiring decisions this quarter.
So Vardy now kicks the ball in towards centre half forward, up in front. The mark's not taken there by Bott. He picks the ball up, kicks out of defence, goes towards Basely, takes the mark. So Basely does need to get the ball moving. Does so, goes back inside, needs to be precise, has holes find. Again, Belpost Hill have to get the ball moving. 28 minutes gone. Last quarter, Holzfine kicks the ball wide. Looking for Hurst. He's got a 3-on-1. Can he win out? No, he can't because Wiley's there. Dowie's running. They're out Thomson. They're out of defence. Dowie will need to kick the ball. Does. Goes inside. Looking to half forward. McLeod they take the mark. There's the siren. And Thomson have won the 2008 Grand Final.
So there is the siren. Thomson, the 2008 Grand Final winners. The final score, Thomson, 12 goals, 16, 88, have defeated a gallant Belpost Hill, 11 goals, 8, 74. Goal kickers for the Thomson side.
Curtis.
Jackson McLeod has kicked 4, 2 each to Brent McLeod, Sam Calder, and singles to Nick Maharis, Brent Hood, Brett Anderton, and Glenn Wallace. For the Belpost Hill side, 4 to Brent Grigich, 2 to Rob Kabka, 2 to Justin Tarr, and 1 each to Daniel Farrer, Robert May, and Sean Lewis.
Martin Curtis.
What a fantastic game, guys, and while all the celebrations are going and we've got a moment, Paul, your thoughts on the grand final?
Sensational. Both sides need to be commended. I know only one side can win and one has to lose, but I think both of them need to be congratulated. Look, as we said, Belpost Hill hit the front there at one stage, got to a point up, and they would have been thinking, oh, how good is this? But don't underestimate the size of this ground and how hard they've worked. To come from 5th to hit the front with about 6 minutes to go is a sensational effort by the Belpost Hill Footy Club, and it was probably just in the end of the day, it was the conditioning of the Thomson side that just where I thought it might have come back to bite them, the lack of run. Look, if I can say one thing, I wrote a bloke off called Timmy Gardner when I saw Thomson play East Geelong. I thought maybe the modern game had gone past him, but he is an out-and-out star with a huge heart, and a lot of what they've just witnessed or been able to feel right now has to be given to that bloke, because his second half was sensational. His last quarter out on that far wing, every time it looked like they were going to come at them, he was able to run them down and just work and work and work, and I reckon it's fantastic. Look, it's a good day for footy. The best side of the year in Thomson, have gone away with a win, and they're probably much deserved, but don't take anything away from Belpost Hill, and Robbie May and his support staff have done a magnificent job in a great grand final.
Yeah, so fantastic effort by the Thomson Footy Club. Just repeating, Thomson Football Club, 12 goals, 16, 88, have defeated Belpost Hill in the 2008 grand final, 11, 8, 74. Sensational comeback, Paul. The value of the Thomson side, they were gone at three-quarter time, they were kicking against the breeze, and they decided to play premiership brand football in the last quarter.
They did. They played some sensational football, and it was still the young fellas. Martin Curtis was great. Calder was very good. The 2 McLeod boys were very good. Merely, there were some old heads that stood up. Dowie, coming across half back. Christian Highland through the middle of the.
Away from all the action, Tom. Congratulations! What a fantastic effort out there this afternoon.
Oh, it was a tough one, that one. Stinking hot, big ground. Probably had a little bit too lenient of run in with like a match practice, but the boys just probably everything was against us three-quarter time, only 9 points in it. They had the wind. Everyone had probably lined us off. They kicked the first 2, they created the front, but we found a little bit more, and the results are there for us.
Talk us through that last turn, because it looked like they were gaining momentum. I mean, they definitely had it in the third quarter, but you held strong. I thought Nick Mahira was absolutely sensational in that final term, and the second half by Timmy Gardner, just extraordinary.
Yeah, the 2 old heads were fantastic out there. Them and Wally really stood up for the big games, and that's what reputations are about. That's why they are regarded as the better players in the league, because when there's games on the line, they're the ones who win it for us. So, yeah, fantastic effort by all those 3 guys in particular, I reckon.
The the McLeod brothers as well, obviously just getting plenty of the ball there. Jackson in particular just taking some great solid grabs there that held you in good stead.
Oh, if he had a kick straight earlier, it might have been a different game, but no, he was fantastic. He really stood up today. I reckon his grand final performance has been fantastic, and for a 19-year-old to be able to perform like that on the big stage, he's going to be a very good player.
Now, how many grand final victories is this for you now?
3 for me, yes. I think that might be nearly 2. I reckon these hot days and big grounds, I'm struggling a little bit worse than what I used to. So.
Well, as your runner just said, you're a star, so I'll let you go and enjoy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Christy Pike. Around you, we're well and truly over time. It's probably not opportune that we stay and enjoy the celebrations of the premiership. I guess, Paul, have you got a final word to say about the grand final before we say our thank yous?
No, as I say, I came expecting, I thought the margin might have been a little bit bigger, but I underestimated the size of the Bellpost Hill Heart, and to those people I apologise, because the way that they kept coming today, I think that was fantastic, and the spirit that this football club showed. I tell you what, I know it's been 31 years, or it might be 32 years, but it's not many years to go now before you do actually crack it, and when you do, it'll be muchly deserved.
All right, thanks very much, Paul. I guess the opportunity now is for me to say a few thank yous on behalf of myself personally, but certainly on behalf of us all, to Dale Smith, who's had to leave early because of his under-18 commitments. They've won through the grand final today, and he's had to go. And but Paul, thank you for your efforts to come on board this year, and I guess you've made it a memorable last year for me. Your comments have been precise and pretty much to the point. You shoot from the hip, and it's been fantastic working with you.
No, thank you for that. I am disappointed myself that it's only been a 1 year tenure for yourself, but to you and Bell, I wish you all the happiness, and each Saturday now you get to choose where it is that you and Bell spend your time. And so look, for what you've put into the Pulse, to GDFL football, and the GDFL and football in general, I wish you and Val all the very best. Wherever it takes you, don't be afraid to walk past, poke your head in the box, and if ever you get the urge, you get a little bit itchy, don't be afraid, because there'll always be a headset with your name on it.
Thanks very much, Paul Price. Christy Piker out at ground level. I don't know whether you can hear me, Christy. We're probably due to go off air. Thank you for your efforts this year, and it's been fantastic working with you, and we will perhaps do it again.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you to both of you sitting up there, and obviously Dale, who's just phoned the coop. It's been a great season, and thank you both.
Thanks very much, Christy Piker. To Matt Marias, our cameraman, and the man who quite often got us on air with the Pulse. Fantastic to get us to Noel Fanning, guest video, to Fred, Cheryl, Bob, all the crew at 94.7. Personally, thank you very much for sticking with me over all these years. You've been fantastic backup and support. To the club coaches, fantastic. The clubs, their support of us and the support of me over the last 10 years has been sensational. And finally, I guess, to you, the listeners, thank you very much for the last 10 years for me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I felt that I needed to give something back to local football. I hope that I've been able to do that. And on that note, for the last time...
Lewis, before you go, Eric, Cheryl and I would like to wish you and Val the best, all the best too in the final. A great job, well done, mate. Good on you.
Thanks very much.
Well done, Eric.
Thanks very much, Fred.
We'll catch you around. We'll catch you around, mate.
Yeah, certainly do that. And with the news that Thomson are the 2008 Geelong District Football League premiers for the last time. I'm Eric Nichols. Thank you very much for having me. Bye for now.
Keep your finger on the pulse and your radio locked on 90.
Number 22, Noel Riley. Number 23, Niall Johnny Menzies. Number 26, Greg Costello. Number 30, Nathan Veneman. Nathan Veneman. Number 32, Brent Towan. Number 33, Brent Hood. Number 37, the young fella, Tim Gardner. Number 41, Royce Barty. Number 43, Brett Anderton. Number 45, Jay Gergovich. Number 47, Christian Highland. The captain of the Thomson Football Club, number 5, Tom Harriott. And the coach, number 61, Glenn Wallace. I'd like to thank the Neville and the Administration League. Terrifically well-run league, boys, so great work there. Commiserations to Belfast Hill. Such a great game today. Joe Bryan, such a great final series, boys. You've got lots to look forward to. No doubt about that. Well done, boys. The Craig and the committee of Thomson, thanks very much for having the faith in me, having the faith in these boys. Thanks a lot. To the Brains Trust, Flash, really appreciate your work. Stuck through thick and thin. Terrific work, Tony. Thank you. Grapper, there all the time. Great support, Grapper. And don't forget Humper. Great work, Humper. Most of all, I'd like to thank the players. Not just the 21 that played today, but it takes the whole crowd. Everyone who... Congratulations, boys. Terrific, and let's celebrate tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome